Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express, the important news and editorial that would be relevant for the preparation of civil services examination will be discussed in this session. Let's get started with the news topic list. Today is 16th of June. The first important news, that is BIMSTEC to adopt Bangkok Vision 2030. We'll see the detail. Second, DAC, that is Defense Acquisition Council, clears MQ9 reappear armed drone deal. Third, RBI willful defaulter loan settlement moves. Second last, that is Center stop the sale of food grain under OMS. And the last is an editorial jump starting the next phase of US-India defense ties. Apart from the news and editorial discussion, at the end of this video, I'll be supplementing that with the MCQ questions. These questions will be based on current affairs that will help you for the prelims examination. So without any further ado, let's get started. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do press the like button. And if you're preparing for mains this year, we are providing the test series cum guidance program. In this guidance program, you'll be provided with 4 full-length tests followed by 2 essay and 2 ethics paper. Ethics has become very important when it comes to scoring a good marks and securing your rank. And those of you who have not made through the prelims examination, even you can have a practice. Ultimately, this will be an enriching experience and it will contribute at the next year when you will be appearing, right? So for more details, you can reach out to this particular number, or further you can even refer to the website where details brochure are mentioned. Now moving to the first news, that is BIMSTEC to adopt Bangkok Vision 2030, something important for General Studies paper 2, that is bilateral regional grouping and agreement involving India and affecting India's interest. So during the upcoming meeting, which is scheduled for the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, better known as BIMSTEC, the summit, which is upcoming, will adopt the Bangkok Vision 2030. This will be again adopted by the member countries of BIMSTEC. The vision will have an overreaching effect and it will be in the directions to their organization that how the organization as a BIMSTEC need to move forward, what are the important priority areas, how the vision is helping to revamp the part of the BIMSTEC function. Now, what is there in the Bangkok Vision 2030? So the vision is a overreaching kind of a document that would give directions to the organization, and some of the core area upon which it will be focusing include climate change, promotions of digital technology, health and wellness, small and medium enterprises, quality tourism, and marine transport and cooperation. So these will be the priority area in the vision document. Now about BIMSTEC, brief you should know. It's a regional organization that was established on 6th of June 1997 with the signing of Bangkok declarations. And the main aim is to create an enabling environment for rapid economic development, accelerate the social progress, even promote the collaborations on the matter of common interest in the region. So sometimes a direct question is framed in prelims examination asking you about the details and the motto and the function of an organization. So member countries, I'll just give you the graph, the images that will help you understand about the member in a while. And the chairman of the BIMSTEC rotate all alphabetic orders. Now this is an infograph. From here you can know about the member country: Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, India, Thailand, Myanmar, and Sri Lanka. Sometimes even for many other government examinations that will be appearing, there is directly question asked, right? So aims and objective are mentioned to enable the environment for rapid and economic growth and development, to collaborate on mutual assistance for the matter of common interest, to maintain close and beneficial cooperations, eradicate poverty from the Bay of Bengal region, and to establish multi-dimensional connectivity, promote synergy, and other framework. Now the other news, that is that clears MQ reappear armed drone deal. You can see this image. This is a UAV and the part of the drone which US is building, and this has some state-of-art technologies. Important for General Studies Paper 2, that is the effect of policies and politics for developed and developing countries on India's interest and India's diaspora. So, Prime Minister of India is scheduled to visit United States. It's been a long time that there's any official visit from India's head of state. So, the Prime Minister is visiting United States, where Defense Acquisition Council actually has come up with the part of the approval. No, prior to the visit that will be done by the Prime Minister, the Defense Acquisition Council of India has procured 31 armed MQ Reaper, which is unmanned air vehicle, जिसे UAV भी कहते हैं. It's from the General Atomics Defense sources have confirmed this. Now, the long pending proposals to buy high altitude long endurance armed UAV was on the agenda of the council. Now, roadmap की अगर बात करें, how the procurement process will work. So, India will procure 31 armable MQ-9B Sea Guardian drones made by the General Atomics. It's an Indian company, American company basically, and it's a defense company that will be collaborating with India in the part of getting the procurement. So, 3 services are likely to receive the equal number of drones, which designed for the border surveillance. Key features की अगर बात करें MQ-9B की, so this has 2 variants, one is Sky Guardian, another is the sibling Sea Guardian, right? So Indian Navy will be accordingly using the Sea Guardian. और MQ-9B Sea Guardian की बात करें, it support land, maritime surveillance, anti-submarine warfare, even strike, electronic warfare, and expeditionary routes. So these are some of the peculiar feature advantages of MQ-9B. Now, this Sea Guardian is also capable for automatic takeoff and landing, and the UAV are referred as remotely piloted vehicles, aircraft that will be used by USAF. Now, why does India require the Predators? Does India exactly require? Yeah, definitely India require, because the procurement of this drone will hold a significant for the government of India to ramp up the surveillance apparatus along the frontier where China is heading in the Indian Ocean region. So we need to counter it with a strengthened part of the UAV and surveillance system. Since 2020, India and China has been a military standoff in the line of actual control Eastern Ladakh region, and several report claims that both sides have deployed close to lakh of troops to each other region. Now, India has stepped up the surveillance, considering the fact, अगर LAC की बात करें, even for the region which is again susceptible to the part of the border areas, India is looking forward to strengthen the part with the terms of, by incorporating defense forces and even augmenting the part of the military equipments. Now, RBI willful defaulter loan settlement move, something which has raised controversy, important for General Studies Paper 2, that is the government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from it, design and implementation. And it is also important for General Studies Paper 3 and the mains paper, basically with regard to Indian economy and issues related to it. So recently, RBI ने एक circular release किया था, and the circular says that the willful defaulter of the company involved in the fraud can go for a compromise settlement with the technical rights of by the bank or a finance company, right? I have already made a discussion to this news. Now यहाँ पे कुछ और important aspects समझेंगे जो आपके mains examination के लिए relevant है. Now, to ensure the maximum recovery from the distressed asset, RBI ने कहा that they will allow the banks to go for compromise settlement. This is the term, compromise settlement of the fraud, even for the willful defaulter who are not able to pay. Who are actually not paying because they have the capacity, but they willfully are not paying. So they are known as willful defaulters. Now, the central bank also directed the minimum cooling off period, because एक बार payment अगर आपने कर दी है, there will be some cooling off period of 12 months. Before that, you will not be provided any loan. Suppose a entity which was having a willful defaulter, तो इसकी अगर लोन को write off की जाती है तो immediately इससे फिर लोन नहीं मिलेगी. He has to wait for 12 months minimum, right? This means a willful defaulter of a company involved in a fraud can get a fresh loan only after the 12 months of the compromise settlement. Now, what is compromise settlement? By definition, it is evident that is a type of negotiation of the settlement where the borrower offers to pay and basically bank agree to the receipt, and the final write-offs goes on, and settlement of the amount of the due टेक प्लेस कंपेरेटिवली एक यूनानिमसली एक अमाउंट डिसाइड की जाती है कि कितने वैल्यू पे उसे एंड करनी है उस लोन को. The settlement is invariably involved in a certain sacrifice by the way of write-off and even waiving of the portion due to one-time basis. Now, concern section of the banker, the RBI may have decremental in the part of the system जहाँ पे ये concern raise की गई है कि इस तरह के राइट ऑफ्स अगर किए गए तो कई ऐसे इंडिविजुअल हैं बिजनेसमैन हैं जिन्होंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा लोन लिया दैट माउंटिंग टू क्लोज टू 20,000 करोड़ रुपीस 15,000 करोड़ रुपीस. टेक द एग्जांपल फॉर विजय माल्या, मेहुल चोस्की, दी पीपल हैव टेकन गुड नंबर ऑफ अमाउंट, राइट, एंड इवन नीरव मोदी. सो दीज पीपल हैव if their write-offs are there, so we don't know how much losses the economy will have. So in the part of the 2D case, bankers have approved the several compromise settlement and hundred of crores of haircuts were given, huge cuts are there. And the outstanding payment of the loan will be repaired forward, leading to the huge losses to the banks. Now, who are willful defaulters? If you see the part of willful defaulter, the Reserve Bank of India has classified willful defaulter who is having the capacity to pay, but they are intentionally not paying. So they are known as willful defaulters. And the State Bank of India found that 1,883 willful defaulter accounts are there, amounting to 79,236 crore rupees, followed by PNB. This is the amount. So for every bank, you have the amount mentioned. These amounts are not important for you, but आपको एक basic पता होनी चाहिए कि कितनी किस बैंक की क्या performance है willful defaulter account को लेकर. Now, moving to the other news, Center stops sale of food grain under the OMSS, that is part of the open market sales schemes, something relevant for General Studies Paper 3, that is issues related to direct and indirect farm subsidies, minimum support price, and public distribution systems. So in a bid to curb the inflation and stabilize the price rise, the central government has announced that the open market sale of wheat and rice through the FCI, that is the Food Corporation of India, with its market intervention program will be stopped, will be curbed. Now, this reductions in the quantities will accommodate more small and marginal buyers, ensuring the wider reach of the scheme with the immediate availability of the stock to the public. Now, the government aims to maintain a comfortable level over this stock while ensuring effective control of the inflationary trend. Open market sales schemes की अगर बात करें, how does it actually function? So under the open market sales scheme, the maximum quantity that the bidder can purchase is a single bid range from 10 to 100 metric tons. Now under the scheme, the operationalizations and the sale of the food grain, especially the wheat, rice, are predetermined price, open time to time with the bulk consumer and traders, and even seen as improvement domestic availability. And these two grains are cooled down in the open market prices, specifically during the deficit region where the production is not at the higher prices. So the stocks which is there with the government of India is being sold out through the open market operations or even open market sales scheme. Now, what is the revised policy of government of India in this regard? So the latest was there in 30th June, जहाँ पे ओपन मार्केट सेल स्कीम्स को लेकर के गवर्नमेंट ने एक इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल कमेटी बनाई थी एंड दिस कमेटी विल कम अप विद द स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी द वर्ल्ड largest grain facility will be provided, and the IMC proposed the discontinuations of the wheat and rice under the scheme so that the state government expect the North Indian state, a hilly state, facing the loss and other issues of the natural calamity. So in states को advantages होनी चाहिए, बाकी सारी सेल आउट को बंद करनी चाहिए. Now, moving to the editorial of the day, that is jump starting the next phase of US-India defense ties, something important for General Studies Paper 2. That is the effect of policies and politics for developed and developing countries on India's interest and India's diaspora. So what are the issues under this editorial? First, the theme and the focus is India-US defense ties. India and US initiative on critical and emerging technology, better known as ICT. Then India और US के बीच में IndusX initiatives क्या हैं इसे भी देखेंगे. This is the part of the ICT, the Indo-Pacific imperative and the bottom line. So over the past few years, we have seen that there have been incremental momentum when it comes to the US and India ties, driven by the primary with the defense relationship. In terms of engagement, we are engaged when it comes to the defense partnership and many other nuclear deals that were there prior to this government. But as of now, the defense relationship is more in focus. Now, recently, India and US have concluded a roadmap for the defense industrial corporations, which shall guide policy directions for the few years towards cooperating the high technologies, identifying opportunities for co-development and co-productions. Now, this was concluded during the bilateral meeting between the Defense Minister of India and visiting US Secretary of the Defense. Now, US-India initiative on critical and emerging technologies की अगर बात करें, in a major move, India and US have announced that the US-India initiative on critical emerging technology in May last year to elevate and expand the strategic technology partnership and defense industrial cooperations between the two countries. Now, ICT is expected to forge the closer linkages between the government, academia, industries, और उसके अलावे जो intelligence, quantum computing, 5G, biotech, and space and semiconductors will be the part of ICT operations, and even this agreement or this initiative will call for all this gamut of initiatives, and even it will help India in these all domains. Now, Indus X initiatives की अगर बात करें, this is a standoff where enhanced strategic and defense partnership between both countries will be there. It aims to deepen the partnership between the US and India's defense innovation sector. ये focus करेगी high-tech operations पे, where it will foster research, development, production opportunities in the defense sector. And it aims to explore the possibility of co-producing jet engines, long-range artilleries, and infantry vehicles. Now, Indo-Pacific की अगर बात करें, this is something which is important for both countries. So during the 2+2 meeting, the defense secretary has said that India and US partnership is a cornerstone for the engagement between the two countries in the Indo-Pacific region, and the combined assessment will look for the part of China as a common and the part of conspicuous challenge in the Indo-Pacific. India has been vocal on the part that Indo-Pacific में बेसिकली सारे न्यूट्रलिटी की ज़रूरत है और हर एक कंट्रीज़ के साथ एक अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट है जो कि चाइना ने कर्व किया हुआ है. द पार्ट वेयर इंडिया हैज़ ऑल्सो कम अप विद सम ऑफ द इनिशिएटिव विच इज हेल्पिंग, जहाँ पे इंडो पैसिफिक में एक बेसिकली फ्री ट्रेड और फ्री ऑपरेशंस की बात की गई है. द चाइना मिलिट्री पावर हैव report 2022 have brought it by the US Liberation Army said that the navy is world largest in number as by ships. The Indo-Pacific region is getting more contested, and it is estimated that the surface presence of China is on the higher side, और Indian और Pacific oceans में Chinese की numbers काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. Now, the bottom line, the upcoming meeting between the Prime Minister of India and US President in the Washington is likely to see that the United States is lifting the restrictions from the past hindrance and cooperations in advanced technology, including the field, defense, artificial intelligence, space, quantum computing, and telecommunications. Now, moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day, before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday's questions. For first question, the correct option was D. For second question, the correct option was A. Today's MCQ for practice, आपको United Nations Security Council के बारे में बताना है. It's a UN Charter provided 15 members. The council has a permanent resident and headquartered at New York City. Second question of the day, that is E20 fuel. E20 is a 20% blend ethanol that is 80% fossil based, and the flex engines are used that can run for the ethanol blending from E20 to E100. So do check out for the correct option. Practicing a lot more kind of this question will give you an added advantages in the real examination. And if you have any other queries related to courses and any other part of test series, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.